Welcome to Anime Cherry Bomb, the greatest podcast in the universe named Anime Cherry Bomb. I am your friend without benefits, Aaron, along with my cohort and the man who never smells of cigarettes, JJ. How's it going?
Going good, Aaron. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Just like last week, we're going to start off with the topic of the week. Are you ready for this week's topic?
Oh, yeah. I didn't even know we were doing this. Okay, let's do it.
All right. There is no topic. All right, we're headed in. No, there's nothing newsworthy this week in the anime world, so maybe next week we can get something good.
Okay.
All right, so let's head on to the main event of this week, and that is Scum's Wish.
Okay, should we do the synopsis first, or do you want to do some facts first?
Let's do the synopsis out first.
Okay, so you want to handle that?
Yeah, I got that. Let's see. Hopeless love, painful love, unrequited love. Are they really all that beautiful? In her second year of high school, Hanabi is hopelessly in love with the wrong person. Someone she's willing to do anything to be with, even if it means hurting the people she cares about. This is a love story, both pure and disturbed.
Alright, so that kind of sums it up. Well, it does a good job of summing it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's just the only thing that I there's something that I read in there that fell in love with the wrong person. I don't know if it's the wrong... I don't know if you can fall in love with the wrong person. Or can you?
No, I don't.
You fall in love with who you fall in love with.
Exactly. You don't choose. It's not a choice. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
that's the only thing.
It's an unfortunate love.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah, that's a better way to put it.
Yeah.
All right. So do you want to go straight into some topics or to the facts?
Let's go. I like the flow of the facts. So
okay. So Scum's Wish. Oh wait, did we even mention that this was Scum's Wish?
Yeah, Scum's
okay.
Wish.
Okay. So this is Scum's Wish. This is a seinen anime released in 2017. Seinen is like young adult male, right?
I think it's like just young adults.
Yeah.
Older. Mm-hmm. Skews a little bit older than
I would
mature.
I would say this is for the more.
Well, yeah, if you
more the older audience.
Yeah, it's a more mature, and the themes in it are not that of friendship and can-do attitude. Yeah, I would say this is more of way more mature themes than.
Yeah, it's rated MA for a reason.
Yeah, I think it's probably of the five anime that we've done so far, it's the most mature. Yeah, out of all of them.
Mm-hmm. So this anime has 12 episodes. The original story was written and illustrated by Mango Yokiyari. She actually dropped out of high school to be a manga assistant.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I guess she always liked drawing, and she just ended up dropping out of high school to work for somebody. I forgot who she worked for.
Well, I showed you the manga, or at least the sequel manga, and how pretty it's actually drawn.
Yeah, it's really nice.
And that's without any really like formal training. Mm-hmm. As you said, like she dropped out of high school.
Yeah,
so,
and she went straight to doing it.
Yeah, so that's not bad for being a dropout.
Yeah. And the screenwriter was Makoto Uezu. He wrote the script for School Days, Danganronpa, the animation, and some of Boruto.
Boruto.
Is it Boruto?
Boruto, yeah. I don't know if you've ever seen School Days. Have you ever seen School Days?
I have.
So, I could see that.
Yeah, it's definitely, there's some similarities between this and School Days.
And then,
it's not as drastic as School Days, though.
Yeah, and then playing Danganronpa, I can see how he could adapt it also. Yeah.
So they didn't really use, so since this guy's a screenwriter, I'm assuming that the manga's a little bit different than the anime.
It's actually a lot spot on.
Is it?
He wrote they wrote different stopgaps. Yeah. So I was just wanting to see if there was any differences. Mm-hmm. So like I picked like a random couple chapters and read them. And they're pretty spot on how they adapted it. The one change they did do is that there's different stops to every episode.
All different endings.
Yeah, so like the beginning of one chapter is the end of one episode, basically.
Oh. Okay.
So like getting into one of the episodes, like Destruction Baby number 5. That the end of that episode is the beginning of one chapter.
Oh, okay.
And it makes it better for the drama, instead of like ending on where it wanted to end and then continuing on. Like, doesn't really make sense. Like this, I mean, you could end it there and then bring it back, but I think that episode ends on the perfect note to be like, dang.
Yeah.
A lot of episodes, I think almost every episode's end that way, where you're like, okay, now I gotta keep going.
Yeah, you gotta find out. It makes you want to keep watching.
Exactly. Just like, what is it? Episode 3. That's the. So and she smelled of cigarettes and was dressed the same way. You're like, this. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself here.
All right. So the producers. There's more than one producer of this anime. I don't know if you've read into this. There's 3 different people that produce this anime, and it's kind of weird. Like, so the first person was Naoyasu Fujiyama, and I couldn't really find any info on him. I don't know who he is. And the second person was Go Wakabayashi. Mm-hmm. I guess he's like a famous actor from like the 70s or something like that.
It's just somebody who's just pouring money into anime.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess he's on a lot of TV game shows in Japan.
That's weird.
Yeah, so
I mean, if I was rich, why not just fund anime?
And the third person is a guy named Shota Komatsu, and I found a guy has the same name, and he has something to do with string theory. Like, he's something, but I don't think that's the same person. So
who knows? It might be. Who knows?
It might be. I don't know. It's another Japanese guy. I don't know. I don't know if names are like similar. Like, there's like in, I don't know.
I mean,
like
it could
in Japan.
be. Yeah, I don't know.
Because like here in San Jose, there's like a bunch of people named Jose Garcia or something.
Hey, I mean, it might be the difference of like how they write it.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
But yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. They couldn't be similar named people.
Okay, so the studio that produced this was Lurch, and they've done Persona 4, the animation, the Danganronpa animations, and one of your favorites.
One of my favorite, Monster Musume.
Yeah.
All 3 of those I highly recommend. Not the Danganronpa first anime. We were talking about that earlier. That's a hot piece of trash. But the Danganronpa 3 anime, the Persona 4 anime, especially if you play the games, it's a really good adaptation in my eyes. Like, as much as they try to put an 80-hour game into 26 episodes of anime, it's really good. Shady practices with that anime, but it's good.
All right. So the music was done by Masasaru Yokoyama, and I don't know if that's a guy or a girl, but they done Kimi Kiss Pure Rogue, which is another one that I like, or one that I like. Plastic Memories, Freezing is another anime that they did.
I know Plastic Memories was really good from a couple years back. Might be a future one. Those are
contenders for stuff that we want. I definitely want to do Kimi Kiss. It's just that there's no place to stream it right now. We'd have to buy it on DVD.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. That sucks.
Yeah. Okay, so the opening theme was done by 96 Neko. Do you know 96 Neko?
No, I have no idea.
I guess from what I understand, well, one thing that I noticed is that she's a really popular YouTuber.
That's weird.
Yeah, she like posts music like every week, and it gets like thousands and thousands of views. I think she's like in 500,000 subscribers.
Well, that's great. So I wonder how much she has on Nico, the Japanese YouTube. I wonder how big she is on there.
I know.
She did both, right? Did she do both opening ending, or just the opening?
Just the opening.
That's kind of cool that they tapped somebody like that to do it.
Yeah, and I guess she has like a I couldn't really find pictures of her. I found one live performance and it was blurry, so you can't really see what she looks like. But apparently she's like an androgynous kind of person, and she can sing both in a deep voice and a very cute,
That's
like
cool.
high-pitched voice.
That's neat.
So like one of the videos I saw is her doing like the cute little voice, and it's like, what the hell? It doesn't sound like the intro song. But yeah, so that was pretty interesting to find out about her. And the ending theme was done by a person named Sayuri. She's like a indie songwriter lady, singer-songwriter.
I really enjoyed the ending.
Yeah, the ending is really good.
I know last week I mentioned when that theme song drops at the end of the anime, that's when like, oh damn, like that's the perfect.
And sometimes they bleed it into the ending scene of the anime as well, and it's really good.
Oh, with my one of my favorite things that they do with is the soft acoustic guitar version of it, and then it leads into the ending song.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's great.
And this Sayuri, she's actually plays the guitar like acoustic.
Oh, okay.
She mostly does that. And she mostly performs in the streets, like in a random place.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That sounds super indie of her to do.
Yeah. And her guitar is like yellow. It's not like a wood looking guitar. It's yellow. It's weird.
Oh, that's sick.
All right, Aaron. So that's enough facts. Do you want to go into some topics?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
So the cross media for this one is actually pretty cool, pretty neat. The same time that they premiered the anime, there was a live action adaptation also aired at the at the same time.
Yeah, I've read about this.
I can't really find the live action stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you if there's a place to watch it.
Not legally. You can't. There isn't a place to watch it.
There's no website that does like
Crunchyroll also does
live action.
Live action,
and doesn't I think Netflix also does a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. They do more of their own stuff than anything, but yeah, Crunchyroll does have live action. It costs like $5 more if you want to do like J and K dramas. So I'm not subscribed to it. It's I just think it's a really neat idea that they did both at the same time.
Yeah.
You got two different adaptions. And what's actually really cool about it is they the writer finished the manga right before they aired. Right before the anime and the
so they had
live action aired.
So they had the whole manga
they had the whole manga to work with at that point. By that point they had everything that they were gonna do. That's all the cross media that they have. I mean, besides it being a manga, there's a sequel we mentioned a little bit earlier.
It's called Scum
Decor. Yeah, and
you've read it.
I've read
a little bit.
Yeah, and it tracks the characters
in the future.
It
doesn't really specify.
Yeah, there's like one character. It goes into like 10 years into the future. It takes one of the couples maybe a year into their marriage. Another character dealing with the chapter you read, dealing with her newfound love.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it. It's only 3 chapters out right now, and it looks like it's a monthly manga.
Yeah.
Fun fact! I don't know if you put it in there. But Scum's Wish runs in monthly Gan.
Oh yeah, I've read that. Yeah,
which is what Soul Eater was.
Yeah, what Soul Eater was.
I mean, I think Soul Eater was Shonen Gan.
Oh okay.
But they're both run by Square Enix, so really cool tie-in.
Yeah, with the previous podcast.
Yeah, exactly. So the art and cinematography in this anime, I cannot get enough of it.
It's very nice.
Oh my goodness! So just
from the opening shot of like the first episode of like the leaves with the water droplets and it falls into the puddle. It's really beautiful.
Even I know last week you were talking about how the one thing that you had the issue with Ballroom was its still frames.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of still frames in this anime, but they're
it's
so pleasing.
Yeah, it's done right too. I think Another thing that I like about like with the art and cinematography is the transitions that they do. Like it's not really like a typical transition. It's like they'll have a scene of them talking or something, and then like a square would pop up with like a different scene that of them talking. It's the same conversation, but it's them talking like maybe in like a close-up shot, and then another square would pop up in like another corner, and it's like their feet or something I don't know.
Oh,
It's kind of like you're reading a manga
Yeah.
and watching an anime at the same time.
Yeah, it has really cool manga panels.
Yeah,
in it.
that's what I didn't know what the word is.
Yeah,
but-
panel. Yeah.
Okay.
I really like that direct, and that even makes it. I would guess it's easier to animate because there's a bunch of still frames
Uh-huh.
in those. Don't really serve an extra purpose except for being aesthetically pleasing, which is fine by. I don't really mind it.
Mm-hmm.
It gives it a little bit more character than other anime, I believe.
Yeah.
The one motif that I really enjoy is I don't know if you caught it. I mean, I guess you had no chance to catch it, but it's whenever characters have dark thoughts to themselves, you see like the darkness creeping in from the corner.
Yeah, it's like it transitions from like the bottom left or something like, or from one of the sides. Does
Sides.
it go on the
Yeah, it's one
both
of the
sides, right?
sides basically,
yeah.
and then just like
It engulfs.
spreads.
It just
Yeah,
engulfs the whole thing.
exactly. There's some where it's like one with Hanabi where it engulfs everything but her in the corner.
Oh yeah.
And then I think almost everybody has that moment to them
Yeah.
where the dark thought, basically like the dark thoughts are creeping in.
Yeah, I thought of it like as in like, oh, this is when depression sets in or something. Or
Yeah.
this is when the depression starts.
Yeah, exactly. When you start, especially with the Hanabi,
When you start loathing yourself.
yeah, she starts like really like feeling bad for herself,
Yeah.
or she starts getting conflicted about something.
Yeah, guilty or something.
Yeah, exactly. Anything else with the art you want to talk about? Is that the character designs are really good.
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel.
Like with one thing that I really liked is in episode 3 when Sanai was making her move on Hanabi or Hana-chan, whatever. Like I really liked that motion of her hair falling. When she was on top of
like
her.
the silky.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot of little things like that I enjoy from when I watch anime.
you actually reminded me of a really good thing about this anime, and it was one of the first things that I pointed out to you after you watched the first couple episodes, is that how this anime treats sex in its way. Like, it's not the kind of, when anime usually portrays sex, it's for like fan service.
Yeah, anything
It's
kind of
for,
sexual.
like arousal.
Yeah.
And as I watched this anime, I never got the sense that it was trying to arouse you.
Yeah.
It's using its sex to tell a story.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's such a main focal point to the story.
oh
that,
yeah,
that I would say that there isn't any fan service in this anime. It's all intentional.
yeah. Like it's not to titillate. Like I said, it's not to titillate or excite you in any way.
Yeah.
It's there to show you that these people are trying to fulfill their own fantasies, their own
desires.
trying to fill their own voids, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that yet exciting for them, it's still like their sex is kind of depressing in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of the first shots of Hanabi and Mugi, you know, making out, where Hanabi's like crying,
Yeah.
like because of like she's thinking of her unrequited love.
Mm-hmm.
Like it makes it, I don't want to say it makes it pathetic, but I think that's what it's kind of aiming for.
Yeah.
Like
Maybe kind of desperate.
yeah, like not pathetic as in like bad. I
Yeah.
guess if it's the word I'm looking for, the connotation of the word.
Mm-hmm.
But it just makes it look like, dang, that like it sucks. It
Kind of like
sucks.
desperate, on the verge of like longing, something like that.
Yeah, and like I said, all those shots, like the shots of their lips or whatever.
Oh yeah. One thing I didn't like was the tongue.
That's so weird.
Yeah, I didn't like the tongue, but
the high quality tongue action.
yeah. But everything else was fine.
any time where they actually do have sex, it is like cut away or like super implied.
Yeah.
Like they're touching places or whatever.
And they do a good job of like censoring Akane, she's like having sex with that one random playboy guy.
Yeah.
And like the guy's touching her boob, but like it still cuts off and you can only see you can't see the nipple, you can only see his hand. So it's like things like that. It's pretty cool.
But at the same time, like how she's reacting to it, like, desensitizes that scene, which relates a lot to that character. To where,
how she doesn't really care.
Yeah, like she's not having sex for pleasure; she's having sex just for
the attention.
The attention, exactly. I guess we could start talking about the characters.
Well, I got one more thing.
Go ahead.
Like, I really like the symbolism in this anime. There was one part that really sticks out to me is at the very end when Hana is getting something from a vending machine, a drink, and she's drinking it, and she notices Mugi cross by, and they're not talking. It's at this point they haven't talked in months.
Yeah.
And then once like she says her dialogue, it does like a close up of a empty bottle in the trash can, and it's the same water that they used to share when they're like on the rooftops. Yeah, and it like kind of symbolizes like the end of their kind of
like it's empty, like
I
the
end of their relationship.
I can see that.
Yeah, it's one thing that I noticed right away at the last episode.
Well, it's kind of like also like if you go through like the ending. Or the opening. You can go through the opening, and you can tell right away there's a lot of symbolism in that opening, where Akane is one of the shots is she's holding a rose, so so obviously like a beauty with thorns.
Oh, okay.
So and then there's also like the obvious symbolism of Hanabi like falling. So like she's spiraling down, as you can see like her relationships like in the corner, like right next to her, as like she's just falling deeper and deeper into this pit.
Yeah, and speaking of like the opening like intro, like I didn't know the girl holding the roses was Akane until like the very last like one of the last episodes. When,
oh man, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really because she has the same hairstyle as Hanabi.
Oh yeah, a little bit yeah. There's also like Mocha with her angel wings, but then it's inside of darkness. So it's like there's a lot of cool symbolism just in that.
Yeah.
And rewatching it just a second time is so this is a little bit off topic. It's not really. Like, we don't really have a general topic.
We don't have a general schedule either.
Yeah. So. This anime, when I first watched it, with all its characters, all its story, like every episode, I felt like sick at the end of it. Like, really, it was like made me feel like scum after I watched it. Like I had to save one of my favorite anime of that season until after I watched Scum's Wish because I'd feel really depressed at the end of every episode, and then I had to watch another episode of another anime to make me at least go up back to where I was before.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, watching it this second time, the sadness actually turned into hype. I don't know what it was about. Maybe because I knew what was gonna happen, but it made me really excited to like be like, dang, like I was watching like when I got to the part of like, oh, like she smelled the smoke. And like I was like, I remember my first reaction was like, oh, like dang, are you serious? And it turned into like, woo, let's go. Like calling Kanye the B word, all this stuff. Like the whole time I was like, man, maybe this time is the one where she gets hit by a truck. Like I was like super excited. The other one that really got me like excited was the episode where Mugi and Hanabi go and they're like, we're gonna confess our feelings.
Oh yeah.
And then Hanabi gets turned down, but then Mugi with Akane they have sex.
Yeah, he actually scores.
Yeah, actually scores, right? And then the whole thing with Mugi and Hanabi would be like, okay, we're both gonna get turned down, and then we're gonna show up at this park at 10 o'clock, and obviously Mugi doesn't show up.
Yeah.
And Hanabi is just like in tears, but she's I'm really sad and heartbroken, but it's okay because I'm not alone. And then it cuts to that shot, even so it's a cinematography, it cuts to that shot of Akane and Mugi together.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, you serious, Mugi, right?
Yeah.
And then like, even though like I said, I knew exactly what was coming, I think it made it a little bit better. It's really good. I really enjoyed the second time through. All right, this seems like a good moment to get into our favorite characters.
All right.
Go ahead. I have a few. This is such a small cast.
Yeah, and everybody's kind of likable.
Yeah, everyone's really is
well,
likable.
Maybe not likable, but maybe relatable. I don't know. You want me to go first?
Yeah, you can go first.
Okay, so I think for me, it has to be a tie between Hanabi and Sanai. I like Sanai a lot for some reason.
I really enjoy that they gave her Sanai a couple good episodes.
Yeah, I really liked them as the best. I think they're like the best couple. I really like their dynamic.
Oh yeah, for sure. My favorite part about their dynamic is that they both think that they're getting over on each other.
Yeah, they both think like, oh, I'm taking advantage of her. I'm taking advantage of her. But they're, it's like they're taking advantage of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they don't see that. They just think that it's a one-sided until the very end, until one of those episodes, the episode where it comes to a head. Until they actually start talking to each other about what's happening. They both think it's just one-sided.
Yeah.
When it's even. My favorite part about their dynamic is that originally she doesn't want to. Hanabi doesn't want to do anything with Sanai.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't want to hurt her.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to ruin their friendship. And she brings up with Mugi. She goes, I don't know why I can hang out. I can kiss and make out with you, but with Sanai it's harder for me.
Yeah.
Which shows her like. At that point, it's just like because she cares more about Sanai than she does care about Mugi. At that point,
yeah, because she could touch Mugi with however. Because I think she says that when she's like first messing around with Mugi, right? That's like the first time that they actually did something sexual.
Yeah,
and she thought like, oh. It's so easy to touch Mugi. Why is it so hard with Sanai? Is it because she's a girl? I don't know.
I think, like you said, I said earlier, it's just more of she's afraid of hurting her and like losing her only friend. Like they mentioned, like Sanai is her only friend.
Yeah,
and that's what kind of Sanai plays off of is like, she has to give in to my whims because.
Yeah.
If she doesn't, then we're not going to be friends anymore. And she wants to be friends as much as I want to be friends, which is, like I said, that's a horrible thing to think. Using your advantage like that.
Yeah.
I don't know why I find it so funny that Sanai has a Scum's Wish hat.
Oh yeah.
I find it hilarious. Like, the hat, and then
I guess if you watched it, like if you only speak Japanese, you wouldn't know what it says.
Right.
But
yeah, and then well, because I guess the Japanese name is I think it's like Kazu no Hanky or something like that. So like even then, if you didn't know that it translated to Scum's Wish. Like you wouldn't see it, but it's pretty funny that it's there. And I think even in the manga, she has like a Scum's Wish shirt.
Oh.
But every time I saw that Scum's Wish hat, I was like, man, I can't wait for that to go on sale. That has to be, you have to buy it somewhere.
Yeah, somebody has to make it.
Exactly.
But another thing that I want to say is that my favorite voice actor is Hanabi, for sure.
the total ASMR of her voice, basically.
Dude.
Oh my goodness! I remember when first watching it too that that's one of the things I really enjoyed was.
Yeah, Mugi is also really does good with those like kind of whisper voices.
Yeah,
he's really good.
I feel like Hanabi almost talks in a hushed tone.
Yeah, I like that direction that they took. It's like everybody, it's not like upbeat. Well,
except for Mocha. Mocha is
Mocha's
like
the only one. Mm-hmm. Like everybody talks with like, just like normal. Like a lot of animes, they don't do like just normal talking.
Over the top.
Yeah, it's always like kind of over the top or exaggerated. This one, it's like, okay, just talk, and that's what we'll use.
Right. Except for Mocha, I feel like Mocha is the only like anime character.
But she also is like playing a part. Like she is trying to be a princess.
Yeah, I guess so.
So that's why she talks like that, probably.
Yeah, I can see that. Is that all you want to?
Yeah, that's all I. What about you? What's your favorite?
So we talked about Hanabi. Hanabi was one of my favorite characters. Exactly for the almost same exact reasons that you said. My secondary favorite character, is the antagonist, which is Akane. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I hate this character.
Yeah.
So
it's
much.
Such a good character.
So much. Just her she's just a narcissist and a nymphomaniac. Oh my goodness. I have never wanted to see somebody get hit by a truck.
Oh yeah.
So bad in my life. And
it's so calculating everything that she does.
Exactly. And then just like there's like a really after she, seduces Mugi, there's a really cool shot of inside of Hanabi's mind where not Kane's mind, in Hanabi's mind, that she has both Mugi and the other teacher.
Yeah.
And she's like playing off of Hanabi's playing off her own doubts. That she's saying like, "Oh, you weren't strong enough to get any of these people." Oh, I want to talk more about Hanabi. Actually, that reminded me of how Hanabi acts. So as soon as Kanai Sensei has sex with Akane, and Akane tells her, which is like
straight out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's something that a teacher would normally get fired over.
I know. That's just like pure evil of her to even mention it to her. But she's Hanabi's like, I want to take away everything that she has, and I'm gonna become just like her.
Yeah.
And then
like
right away,
I want to make her feel the way that I feel.
Yeah.
Right?
And right away she figures out that she doesn't have enough self-esteem to even attempt what Akane does.
Yeah, she tried, but it fell flat.
Exactly. And then back to Akane, just like of her character of it's not that she likes the superiority over people.
Yeah.
It's that in her own words, she doesn't want to feel inferior.
Yeah,
like it's not a superiority. It is an inferiority complex.
Yeah,
instead of a superiority complex.
She doesn't want to feel taken advantage of. Right?
Yeah, so that's why she's the one who takes advantage of people.
Yeah,
and just as an evil character, like you could see like this person existing.
Oh yeah,
like, this shallow person who only does like, oh, I see somebody happy, well, I'm gonna be petty and take away their happiness. She's a piece of work, that one.
Yeah.
And reading a lot of reviews for Scum's Wish, a lot of people gave it a bad review in the end because they say Akane doesn't get her comeuppance in the end.
Oh, okay.
Which she does. I don't feel like she does either. She like there's like one review I was reading where they were like, you expect the antagonist to get what's coming to him, and she benefits at the end because she gets her and Kanai Sensei get married.
Yeah.
At the end, and I feel I like really like that ending because it's like not everything is happy in the end.
Yeah.
Like
I
some people never.
I don't think anything's happy at the end.
Yeah, some people never get what's coming to them, and that's I think Hanabi makes that realization at the end where it's fine
Yeah.
as long as I'm happy and they're happy. Whatever it takes.
Yeah, people need to realize that like just because like something like a movie, anything, it doesn't have a happy ending, it doesn't mean that it's bad.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like that ending, like it gave like Akane like a little bit more character.
Yeah,
because
you see
the
her
way
in a
she
new light.
Yeah, the way she acts with like her husband at the end, or her Kanai, he's like wants to change her. No, he doesn't even want to change her.
Yeah,
that's what she likes about him. He's like, go ahead if you want to be a slut and cheat on me. Go ahead. I'm still gonna love you.
Yeah,
and
I
that's
love
what
you
like,
for you or for your long hair. That's
yeah, and then she's like confused by it because she's never felt
unconditional love.
Yeah, and there's a really cool scene with her and Mugi where she's like, "Hey, do you like it when I like cheat or sleep with other men?" And he's like, "No, I hate it." And she's like, "Oh, okay."
But didn't he have to think about it first?
Yeah, like he was like, "What?"
Let me think.
Yeah, he's like, "What's the right answer to this?" To where like Kanai was like right away was like, "Nah, I love you." That I feel like Kanai Sensei, he's a real like work also.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I could ever be with anybody who would just straight up cheat on me.
His kind of character is like 1 in a million, probably.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool how he got her in the end, but at the same time, it's like I don't know, like they never get really into his psychology.
Yeah.
Except for like
why he likes her.
Like he has, I guess, like everybody has like a small mother complex when trying to find, their partner. They want somebody that reminds them of their parent, and that's why he likes her long hair.
Yeah.
Because that's the one thing that he remembers about his mom.
Yeah.
I actually wish they would have went a little bit more into his side, into his story, but it never. He's like the only character that doesn't get his own episode.
Oh yeah.
Which I think it's like really misused. Like I feel like he's probably like the most bland character in the anime.
That's what.
But for good I think for kind of good reason.
Yeah.
But I think him being so accepting of Akane and her escapades is the reason why like Hanabi like loves him, because he's so accepting. So who's your least favorite character?
Well, I still have some more favorites.
Oh yeah, go ahead, my bad.
I like Mocha a little bit.
I was gonna say
Mocha's pretty cool.
She is pretty cool. I think that's like one of the worst episodes though.
What, her and on the date?
Her and on the date is
Really?
such a boring episode.
I really like the scene where they're in bed together.
That's a really cool scene, and
like you could feel the guilt in Mugi when they're about to mess around, but he ends up stopping because of it, because he feels so guilty. It's
just the first half of that date, or the date part.
Yeah.
The episode is like so slow paced.
Yeah, you're watching a mermaid movie.
Yeah, and like I think Hanabi's story in the beginning like saves that first half, because that's when Hanabi realizes like I don't have enough self-confidence to do what Akane does.
I think that's what makes a lot like there's like I would say there's no bad episodes, because there's so many different things happening in each episode. Like even though this whole Mugi and
which is the A plot was like kind of lacking. There was that Hanabi stuff to pick it up, but even that part of Mugi and Mocha picked up. It eventually like reached a climax, and that was really satisfying.
Yeah.
Of seeing how Mocha, she's like, oh, people think I'm pure and innocent, but that's not the case.
Yeah.
Like you said earlier, everything she does is calculated. Like she wants to be presented. She's a princess as a princess, and like all this stuff, and then she's like, I knew I could cry, like basically cry my way into getting what I wanted.
Yeah.
And she knew it, which kind of makes it even more, like makes her more scummy in a way.
Yeah.
As a character, I don't know. Like I think, like you said, like she's very like boisterous. She's very like loud, and like she stands out in the anime a lot because I feel like everyone else is.
Yeah, just because she stands out just because of her outfits and her hair and all that stuff.
Yeah, and I feel like she's the most like anime character.
Oh yeah, definitely
of all.
Do you have any other favorites, or do you want to go into least?
Well, we can go into least.
I have one more favorite
minor.
minor.
There you go.
I have a favorite minor.
Go ahead.
I need to look up her name. Mai, the
yeah.
the short hair girl that takes advantage of Mugi.
Mugi, yeah.
She's a very interesting character.
She's so weird, like
it's like she took advantage of him at the beginning, and then he took advantage of her towards the end. I don't know. I liked her design.
Yeah, she's actually really cool. And I don't know why I really like the shot of like, I guess it's the more symbolism of like of her empty coffee cup. Like so it was not coffee. It was like a cold. She was drinking like a cold coffee when she met with Mugi. And they go to the hotel, and then they finish up, and then that's when Mugi's like, she didn't even stay the night. Like he wanted to, like talk to her or whatever, and all she wanted to do was have sex.
Or and that's what she thought.
She thought he wanted, but he wanted more of a connection. And for some reason, I don't know why the shot of him like throwing away her empty cup with the straw in it like sticks in my mind. I don't know. It's a really cool shot.
Yeah. And I don't really have much to say about her. It's just I thought she was pretty cool.
Yeah. So least favorite. We talked on a couple days ago about this guy. So I refuse to learn his name because I hate this guy so much. It's Sanae's cousin.
Yeah.
One, it's creepy, weird incest stuff with her.
Is it incest? I guess it is. It's
cousins.
Family.
Yeah. I really hate how like pushy he is. I mean, he's not really pushy, but like the way he
has like no filter.
Yeah, and he wants to keep himself in the picture. So like in the episode where they go to the summer house, like he's just there, and Sanae wanted that time for them to be alone. Yeah, and like if that were me, I would have like lost it. Yeah, like dude, just leave. Like I just want to be here with at that point like my girlfriend. I just want to be here by ourselves. Yeah. I want us to make this, and he has the same thing that I hated with from Ballroom. His
Hyodo.
Yeah, he has that same thing of like he's only there to be like to I guess advance the plot.
Oh yeah,
because like
all he does is like, do you really love this girl?
Yeah, do you really? Yeah. Like I don't know. Like I feel like he served he did serve a purpose in the end, but
they could have handled it a different way.
Yeah, like a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. It could have been like an epiphany or something.
Yeah.
That could have filled in his role.
Exactly. And I thought like if it was like an epiphany or like more inner thoughts, it'd be a lot better.
Yeah.
Like I think like that, like a moral compass character like that, like, and that's all he serves is trying to be the moral compass. I don't think it's lazy writing. It's just that I don't really like that trope itself.
Yeah. But I guess with that we pretty much covered all the characters.
No, I don't think we covered.
Who did we miss?
We missed my second least favorite character, Mugi.
Oh, you don't like Mugi?
I hate Mugi. It might be the same reasons why I like Akane. Is that I guess because he is super relatable, that he's just like, he's a weak character, not a weak character, but like as in writing, but like he's just mentally he's weak.
Yeah.
And I've like, it's kind of the reason, like worst character. It's not that,
like worst in quotations.
Yeah, like Moogie, like not Moogie, Akane's cousin. I think that's a bad character. That's a actually bad written character. I think Moogie's just an a-hole in the end. I mentioned earlier with him leaving Hanabi high and dry at the end.
Yeah, only sending like one text. Saying,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Then and that's it. And then
not even explaining to her like the day after, like because after that scene they don't talk for
like
months and months.
Yeah. And that's just, I don't know how you gonna do my girl Hanabi like that.
I know, right?
Like she trusted him and left him behind. I get that. Like, makes
and she still gave him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. And it's, I don't know, and like him knowing that he's being taken advantage of, and he still wants to be like in that toxic relationship.
Yeah, and knowing that he's hurting
Hanabi in the process.
Yeah.
Even though he's like, even like before he had sex with Akane, he's like, I have Hanabi now. That's somebody that I need to take care of. Like, he sees it, but he's like, I can't. I'm weak. And like, I can appreciate that, but it's still like a dick move for him to do that.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Like I said, like how I love Akane for being bad. I hate Moogie for being bad. So I don't know what that says about it. Do you have any?
I guess I guess Akane is bad for just being bad, and Mugi is doing bad, and it's like morally kind of bad.
I mean, I guess they're both morally bad.
Oh, I guess
it's just that I feel like, I don't know, they're both like rooted in there. They're both really well written characters.
Yeah.
And it's just like it is a personal preference, just because in the end, like, yeah, I guess Hanabi uses both of them to grow as a person. Like, and I don't know, I feel like for some reason that Mugi just sliding, like, not sliding, Mugi, what's the word I'm looking for? Mugi getting over on Hanabi makes me more mad than Akane like stealing from, like, it's not as interesting, I think.
Okay.
In that dynamic, maybe that's what I'm trying to get at.
Well, I guess with that we covered all the characters. Like, unless you want to count like Sanai's cat or Hanabi's mom.
Yeah, we pretty much hit all the principal characters. Yeah. Which, that's one thing I do love. I think I mentioned it a little bit earlier, is how small the cast is.
Yeah, it's like, and even with the small cast, there's still a lot going on.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and so you're not going to be bored with any of their stories.
Everyone's like a mile deep.
Yeah,
and that's what I can really, that's what I really appreciate about it. How'd you feel about the music in the anime?
Oh, I think it served its purpose. It's really good. It's very nice. The one song that really sticks out to me is in the final episode when Mocha's on the runway, and there's like a song that's not in any of the other episodes, and it's like has lyrics and stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's like one that really sticks out to me. What about you?
I really love the intimate piano music.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of piano in this anime.
Just like the piano music's really great, and then just the intimacy of the music when like they're making out or like they're just together. Even when they're not making out, even when it's just Mugi and Hanabi out on the roof talking, that like that music, it's like it really. I think it really fit with the anime.
Yeah.
I don't think there's, besides the one that you said, there's not really any like standout music.
Well, I guess there's that one, and I think it might have been episode 2. It was just piano. Then that Kanai and Hanabi were together, and they hear the piano from Akane.
Yeah.
There's that piece, and that was nice.
And then we talk about like how the acoustic guitar blend, the ending.
Oh yeah.
Going to the ending is really a nice touch that I enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so for worst episode, I think there are no
there's no bad episodes. Yeah.
I think I always mention when I ask people like the worst of something, people always imagine like the bad, it's a bad connotation, but it's not the case. Like if I said, what's the worst Mario game?
Oh yeah.
And some people would say it's Sunshine. But Sunshine isn't a bad game, like at all. It's just that it's the weaker of the Mario games, and a weak Mario game is better than the average
video game. Yeah.
So with that being said, my worst episode is probably gonna be Lots of Love, and we mentioned it a little bit ago.
Yeah, this is the episode where Mugi and Mocha go on a date.
Yeah,
and just to say that Mocha is not actually her real name. It's Noriko, I think it is.
Yeah, but Mocha's such a cuter.
Yeah, it's easier to remember as well.
Oh yeah, of course.
And it's an abbreviation of most kawaii, right?
Yeah. It's like, Jesus.
But yeah.
But that episode, I think it's saved by Hanabi's subplot, like I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
And the ending bedroom scene.
Yeah, I actually wrote that this was one of my favorite episodes because of that scene of Mugi and
that's a real I can't appreciate that scene. That scene's really good.
Yeah. It's just because like I felt like you could feel the guilt that Mugi has when he's about to take advantage of Mocha's friendship.
And then at the end, like even he's like, "No, I can't.
Yeah, I can't do it. You're too special to me."
Yeah.
Even though he doesn't really show that she's special to him.
Yeah. Well, because I think he even says it like he uses it to cling on to the past almost. Okay. So like that's why she has to stay pure, like a doll. Even she mentions like she's like, "You treat me like a doll, but I want to be touched. I want to be soiled by you."
Mm-hmm.
And
soiled.
Like,
that's such a.
Yeah, it's so.
I don't like that word.
Jesus. But that just shows. I think. I mean, I don't know. Like it, her inner thoughts in the episode are actually also pretty cool.
Yeah.
About her just trying to take advantage, like she's trying to take advantage of Mugi, but Mugi's not having it.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he says like, "Oh, I am a man, and if you're gonna, like, I'm gonna take advantage of you."
Mm-hmm.
But then like at the end, he like I guess that's the one good thing he kind of does. It's a good and bad thing I think that he does, because even like Mocha wants it, and he like kind of takes away that satisfaction away from her.
Yeah.
But it's like I said, like there's a lot of moral gray grounds in this anime.
Yeah.
Which I can appreciate.
But yeah, I didn't write anything for worst episode.
Yeah, that's fine. My favorite episode is 2, but I'm gonna count it as 1.
Okay.
And which is it's I mentioned kind of earlier, Destruction Baby,
That's
and
episode 5.
Yeah, and Welcome to the X Dimension.
That's episode 6.
Yeah. So also I don't know if you caught these, but they're all music. They're all songs.
All the
episode
titles.
Yeah, they're
Really?
song names.
Huh, from what artists?
From like just different artists.
Like Japanese artists.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because I was looking it up. Because I was looking at stuff about decor, and a lot of the decor things are like names of songs or music related.
Okay.
And so, Destruction Baby, that's the episode where at the end of it she's like, I had sex with Kanai.
Yeah.
In it, but there's so much more happening in that episode, and I think after I had rewatched it, I messaged you like I can write a whole essay about this one episode, and it's I think like Head and Shoulders like the best episode, and then the Fallout, which is Welcome to the X Dimension, that's when like Hanabi is like talking to her kid self.
Yeah.
And like her kid self calls her like pathetic for wanting to go to the dark side, basically.
Yeah, and saying it's your fault that this is happening because you didn't confess your love earlier or something like that.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Like, and then just like Hanabi like kind of like breaking, like saying screw it, I'm gonna take away everything that makes her happy, and like I'm gonna be like petty, I'm gonna do all this, and then her younger self saying like don't just don't do it. I think that's another one of the symbolism things in this anime where a lot of times like Hanabi and even Akane has it at some points where they're like their inner child or like their younger self is like talking to them.
Yeah.
And then about how they see them now as like gross people.
Yeah.
And I guess like that it shows them like the parallels between those two characters.
Yeah. It shows how they're similar.
Oh yeah, how they both have, but the only difference is that like Akane is comfortable with her being evil and Hanabi's not. Like Hanabi's inner voice is always trying to get her to realize that she's being bad.
Yeah, and you're doing this to yourself.
Yeah, and where Akane is like it's kind of doing the same thing, but Akane herself is like, but I like being this way. Yeah. I love being this way. Do you have another favorite episode? Or
yeah, I actually do. I have Butterfly Swimmer.
Oh yeah,
the one where they go to the cabin.
Oh.
Like even though the cousin kind of ruins most of it.
Yeah.
There's definitely some like really cool parts to this to that episode.
Oh, like just like the
rain scene.
The rain. I was gonna say
the rain scene is really good.
Oh.
It's actually that might be one of my favorite scenes in this entire anime.
That's the weirdest cut, I think. Actually, also like the one cut I didn't understand was like, I don't think that leading up to that scene, I don't think it's I don't like the direction of it.
Oh, do you think it escalated too?
Yeah, and I guess it gets weirdly, like, she's like, oh well, let's sleep in different rooms tonight, and then she goes outside, but if you see, she walks out, like, out of frame, like, to the left, which is towards the rooms, but somehow she's outside. Like, that's, like, a weird...
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, it's, like, a weird continuity thing that, like, the second time... I think the first time I watched it, I kind of noticed it, but the second time, like, I super noticed... I could be misremembering, but I remember, like, I was like, that doesn't make sense that she's outside. And then, like, I don't know, like, the fact that it just cuts from Hanabi being like no wait no, and then they're just outside. Like I don't really like that transition, but that's like nitpicking that episode. That scene is like really really well done.
Yeah, the acting in that one is really well done as well.
Yeah, and just it's sad. I mean, it's great that they stayed friends in the end. Yeah. And that episode...
I also like the kiss in the park that they did.
Oh, what I really like about that, what I actually do really enjoy about that episode, is that's essentially that's the end of Sanayan. Well, obviously Sanayan end of her arc, but it's also the end of Hanabi's arc. Yeah. Like as a character, like that's where she's like, she knows she's not alone anymore. Like she's comfortable with what's gonna happen in the end, just because she knows she has Sanai with her, and at that point, I think Hanabi's character like kind of stops growing. But I think that's like the evolution of the character like ends there. Yeah. Like she's finally comfortable with what's in the future instead of being afraid of what's coming. She's like starts embracing it. And it's like a great stopgap for that character, I feel.
And I don't know if this is in the same episode, but there's like a scene... There's two scenes that I like, and I think they might be in the same episode, but there's the one where I think it might be episode 2 or 3. They're Hanabi and Mugi are doing karaoke. That whole scene I really liked.
Oh yeah, I think. And then what was the other one you were saying? That scene's really good.
That one seems really good. And the other scene, I think it might be in the same episode, is when Sanai sleeps over for the first time.
Is that the first?
Is that the same episode?
I don't.
If it is,
It
then that
might
episode's
be.
one of my favorites. But if it's not, then I just like those two scenes.
They're really. I know they're really close to each other.
Yeah.
I think the karaoke might be in Destruction Baby.
The 5th episode?
It seems like it's too long. It seems like it. I don't want to say it is.
I don't think, because I was rewatching this as well, and
it's either in the 3rd or 4th episode. It's really close to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really like that karaoke scene.
The
there.
karaoke scene's really funny.
Like you're doing karaoke, and then all of a sudden you're getting sad.
I know.
And you start crying.
Man.
Into the microphone.
Exactly. But before we get into actually the accessibility of it, I do actually really do want to talk about how good that last episode is.
Oh yeah.
And even though, like you said, I kind of doesn't get a comeuppance, it's a really good, like, of all the darkness that this anime is, the last episode is like a beacon of light.
Yeah.
And I do like that in the end, Hanabi doesn't end up with anybody. I mean, she has Sanaya at the end.
Yeah.
But it ends with
that's just recent.
Yeah. So like it ends with the realization of that, like, time goes on, like time heals all wounds, and eventually she's gonna find somebody.
Yeah.
That's gonna appreciate her for who she is, and I think that's like a really big step for her character, because the whole time she's thinking about, like, how do other people perceive me? How can I make people like me? How can I do this? And like it finally shows like Hanabi is starting like to like love herself.
Yeah. And
that's a message like I can really get behind.
Yeah.
And it's almost like I think maybe last week you were talking about it, and you were like, do you think you'd want more episodes to this or whatever, or would you want a sequel? And I said no, because I felt like it's the perfect. It is the perfect ending. I believe it is.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Alright, so yeah, accessibility, so it's easy. Amazon.
And if you want to watch read the manga, you could watch it. Read it on Crunchyroll, and you could read the sequel as well, the core.
So rewatchability, easy.
Yeah, I was rewatching it this morning.
Yeah, exactly. After I had watched it through the first, I didn't really want to admit it to you, but I watched all 12 episodes in one night.
Yeah.
And was rewatching it during the week because I wanted to get more thoughts on it, and it's really easy to rewatch again.
Another thing with accessibility, or I don't know where this would go, but a good gauge of to know if you would like this anime is just to watch the first episode, because I guess a lot of people will probably be like squeamish with like touching and all that stuff.
Yeah, I guess it would be a good place.
If you're on the fence, just watch the first episode. You'll know if you'll like it or not like it right away.
And then I guess I did mention that it is the feel bad anime of the year. Up until the end, up until like maybe episode 8 or 9.
Yeah, like every episode is like, oh my god, don't do that, or
please. Exactly. So I give it a high recommendation.
Yeah, I definitely would recommend this to anybody.
This would probably be, like I said, I never gave it a higher lows before. Like Our Hero would have been a high recommendation. I think almost everything up to this point
has been a pretty high recommendation. Maybe this next
Ballroom,
one that I'll choose, you'll probably say no, don't watch this.
I think Ballroom's like a
on the
low recommendation.
Yeah, it's probably the lowest one.
But here, I'll give it a high recommendation.
Yeah, this is definitely a must watch. So yeah, you heard it here first. If you don't love yourself, then how are you supposed to love anybody else?
Oh man, that's so true. All right, Jay. So we've come to this old dusty trail. What's next week's anime?
All right, Aaron. So with with this depression that you've enlisted on me. Okay, it's gonna be the complete opposite of what we just watched. This is gonna be an anime that's for kids.
Okay.
So it came out, I think, probably mid '90s. I doubt you've heard of it, but it's an anime that I watched here and there. Like, I never knew when this anime was on, so I only watched like episodes here and there. And it's Flint the Time Detective. Have you ever heard?
I've heard of it.
Have you heard of it?
I've heard of it.
This is like a each episode there's like a new monster that they have to find in a different time period, and it has like some certain power, and they could evolve like Pokemon, but it also regresses like Digimon.
What the heck? Okay.
So like there's an episode where there's like this baseball thing that they need to find, and it's in Babe Ruth's time, and it's helping Babe Ruth.
What the heck? Okay.
Yeah, so, yeah. And we're going to have to watch it on YouTube because it's not on, like, Crunchyroll or anything like that.
All right, here you go. The first illegal...
It's on YouTube. But...
Yeah, it's on... Yeah, but it's probably not from the creators or whatever.
Yeah, it's not.
So...
This will be the first
one. This will be the first one.
That it's not on an official streaming site.
All right, well... Until next time, folks.
All right, guys. We'll see you in the next one. If you like us, leave a like, share us with your friends.
Yeah, and hopefully, we'll sooner rather than later, it's gonna be on YouTube.
Yeah.
So make sure you hit subscribe.
Yeah, we'll let you know once the YouTube channel's up and running.
Yeah, so hit it, subscribe, like, share. If you like us, go ahead and post on your social media.
Yeah.
Every week, every view counts, and it is appreciated.
All right, guys. So we'll see you in the next one. All right.
Bye.
Later.